Onwere mere njenye yekene. Onwere mere njenye yekene. Onwere ọrụ njenye yotito. Onwere ọrụ njenye yekene. Asim yekene. Ọbụ onye obiọma. Onwere mere njenye yekene. Asim yekene. Nchukwu darụ. Onwere mere njenye yekene. Asim yekene. Kabuna hayenwe. Onwere mere njenye yekene. I am rejoicing this morning because Chukwu Obiama has done it all.
Yes, a good news coming from the court. Namdi Kanu is expected to be released today. If according to what this man that came here this morning, he said, I'm an Indigo member, the Lagos chapter. He claimed to be from Isolo. And he said that Namdi Kanu has decided to release him. Now, I'm talking about President Bola Tinubu has decided to release Namdi Kanu because of this 2027 election. That's what he said. Now, we don't know how truth what he said is, but he was very sure and confident that today Namdi Kanu is coming out, and many people are rejoicing at the bus stop this particular morning. Today, Friday. If you are watching, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, all notifications, click the like button, like, and share to others. This will also be a good news for all the Igbos in Nigeria. Namdi Kanu is expected to be released today. According to what he said this morning. Biafran evangelist, how does kind of news come to you this particular morning?
Onwere mere njenye yekene. Onwere mere njenye yekene. Onwere ọrụ njenye yotito. Onwere ọrụ njenye yekene. Asim yekene. Ọbụ onye obiọma. Onwere mere njenye yekene. Asim yekene. Nchukwu darụ. Onwere mere njenye yekene. Asim yekene. Kabuna hayenwe. Onwere mere njenye yekene. I am rejoicing this morning because Chukwu Obiama has done it all. He has done it for me. He has done it for us. He has done it for us. He has done it for us. What Tinubu could not do, Jehovah has done it for us. What Buhari cannot do, He has done it for us. Hallelujah. Biafra has finally come. Yes, the freedom of Namdi Kanu is the freedom of Biafra. You know, I told you people that when the time comes, including Tinubu, will not have choice than to say go. I said when the time comes, including Buhari will not have choice than to say go. Let me tell you, I like linking my cases most of the times with the word of God. Let me tell you this. In the book of Genesis chapter 39, the Bible said the Potiphar arrested Joseph and he put him in the prison. But in the book of Genesis chapter 41, where was Potiphar and his wife? They could not stop the king from releasing Joseph, and that is the case of Namdi Kanu. When the time comes, and that time is now, which is today, that even Buhari could not stop, even Abakari could not stop, even the British could not stop, the AGF could not stop, not even everybody in Yoruba, as those that hate the truth, could not stop the freedom of Namdi Kanu. As you can see this morning, as you can see today, as you can see the joy all over the Biafrans live, all over the Biafran citizens, all over our go homes, go every corner in the east, you will see Biafrans rejoicing, celebrating, singing and dancing just like me, the Biafran evangelist, because our president is coming out today. He has finally conquered Nigeria.
But we're very careful because we don't know the veracity of this ONS Indigo. So because we don't know, no ID card, he did not show us any ID card. He didn't even tell us how. But he was very sure that. But then,
you know why they not that much?
Yes.
It may likely not. Why I didn't doubt him much. It may likely not have this thing, the ID card, or may not even belong there. But it may one way or the other have a link. You know, everything in Nigeria is all about secret code. You understand? And I've told you people before that Tinubu want to play politics with the case of Namdi Kanu. And that was the reason why he opened up and said, I want to revisit the case. He want to use it to play politics. And you know that in 2027, Tinubu is interested. And the Northerners are giving him heat. Northerners are giving him hot. And you know the Fulanis are not ready to allow President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to rule them in 2027. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu is looking for an avenue, and is looking that avenue from the easterners. The only people, strong men, people of caliber who has what it takes, the mindset, the strength, the ability, those who is ready to face all odds, because we have seen odds and we conquer it, and we are ready to get to see more and still defeat them. You understand? And he, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, have no choice than to go to that side. And the only way to do this is to give them their heart desire. And what is the heart desire of every Biafran man? Is the freedom of Mazi Namdi Kanu. A man, an innocent man who commits no crime, but unjustly and unlawfully detained by Nigerian terrorist country.
But now, if Namdi Kanu finally released today, according to that honest member, is that not a shame on the Igbo leaders? I'm talking about the governors. For example, Igbo man is the head of the APC Governors Forum. I'm talking about them, Opus Odima, the Winfrey, all of them. Is that not a shame on them if Namdi Kanu will be released?
Yes, it is a very big shame on them, and at the same time, it may not, because you never can tell if they themselves has finally succumbed and agreed for the freedom of this man. Because I could remember I overheard Abaribe saying that before he could storm National Assembly on Wednesday, that he went first and foremost, he visited Mazi Namdi Kanu. And after visiting Mazi Namdi Kanu, he met with the governors before the 15 senators coming to Abuja to storm Abuja in order to for notification for them to free Mazi Namdi Kanu unconditionally. So if there is any need or there is a suit for this, I don't think that it will be much shame to the governor, because if they extent where you go do something rich, you go get tired. You understand? That means they said they don't tire. They are like, okay, let's make this peace for once. Baba, they are not getting younger, they are getting older. You get the level where you go reach, they no go feel act again, they no go feel talk again. Let me tell you this, somebody like Gowon, look at Gowon today. What did Gowon feel do again? Nothing. What did Gowon feel? Every day he is sitting and crying, complaining and confessing that he has made the greatest mistake. So every good leader in Igbo side, whether governor or no governor, but you are a good leader, there is a level you will show your power, your strength to reach. You go reconsider. You are not getting younger, you are getting older. You need to adjust because of tomorrow. So probably there is every tendency of them, people, colliding now, coming together at the backyard. Baba, free this man for ourselves because of our tomorrow. You understand? So on this note, it will not be much, but it will be a shame, but not much, if they themselves, they are in support of his freedom. But if they are not in support, it will be a full gallon of shame on them. Why I say what I said? If you watch what Soludo said, I don't know if you listen to that video of Soludo.
Yes, Soludo, yes.
You will see that Soludo, one way or the other now, is now coming back to say or to do what he's supposed to have done. Trying to say, to calm every nerves down, that he knows that, Kanu is not responsible for the insecurity and this blah, blah, blah. In other words, that he should be free, if you watch his statement, you know that he's now coming down. He's now realizing himself. Although it could be political, because I don't trust them. It could be a political way, because his tenure 4 years will soon expire, and he will like to retain the seat. And a situation whereby he goes against the people that will vote for him. Definitely that day somebody else will pursue him out of the seat.
Evangelist Ben, there's a lot of
evangelist.
Oh, Biafran evangelist.
Yes.
Now let's talk on this.
Okay.
Islam says that if Namdi Kanu is finally released, the Igbo governors may be less powerful. That's why they are afraid. That's why they seem to now see Kanu as a competitor. You agree that the Igbo governors may be less powerful because Americans seem to be more powerful than them?
Yeah. No argument on that side. They will be less powerful. No two ways about it. Even they themselves knows, despite the fact that they command the control and they command the power of Nigeria, Nnamdi Kanu command and they control the power of Biafra. Are you not seeing the two things?
They are two different things.
They are two different things. So, and when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is speaking directly to Biafrans. And all Biafrans believe and trust in him. But those Nigerian government, Nigerian governors that are speaking for Nigerian government, if you watch in the heart and the mindset of every Biafran person, you understand, they won't take them so serious, because already, including all Nigerian citizens, are not happy with Nigerian system of government.
Oh, you are saying that Nigerians are not happy with this government?
They are not happy. You see the angle way of which, if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out today speak, the governors will be, powerless. Because the multitude that will follow him, they will not follow the governor.
But are you not afraid that with the way the Igbo governors are sending Muslims to Mecca, with the way they are building mosque in the eastern part of Nigeria, what do you think will be the reaction of Nnamdi Kanu to all these things?
Baba, I am not scared. I'm not afraid. Let them send them to Mecca. Let them send them. If there is another place apart from Mecca, let them send them. But by the time they send them finish, they will come back and go to their father's house. They are not coming to Igbo land. All those mosques you see them building there, it's a mosque that can collapse. It's a normal structure. Excuse me, for your information, look at this place. This building was not like this before. The one that was there before, they break it and build this one. So to pull down mosques is nothing. We will pull it down and build church.
Oh, I'm coming. You are going to pull down the mosque.
We go bring down the mosques and build our church. Now Christian will be. We are two ways. Either they will serve Babalawo, or we go to idol, or then go to church. That is all. They are neutral. That is one thing about the Biafrans. Nothing like Islam. So building mosque all over the Biafran land is not a threat. Neither has it have any effect to play against us when Biafra stand. So
as we are closing now, what can you say about, we're talking about people like Opuzodima, Chukwuma Soludo, Uwefiru, Alex Oti, and Peter Mba of those Igbo. What can you say about them?
Yes, Alex Oti have no problem with us. And the person I know is our enemy is Hope Uzodiojo.
Hope Uzodima, that's his name.
Hope Uzodiojo. If we ask, there is an adage that says, Uzodima ga Yuborebwa. Meaning that if the road is good, we will go it twice.
Uzodima means road is good?
Yes. If you go to Imo State, no peace in Imo State, that means we hope Uzodiojo. You understand? And that just it. People like Soludo, Soludo, if you watch Soludo now, is trying to amend this way.
Yes, that's good. Yes.
People like Nwifuru and the rest, all of them will receive their own cup of tea in their own cup way. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Nigeria and its criminal justice system. So that will also open your eyes to understanding that it is not only by the law that is keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. No constitution is keeping him there. It is influence that is keeping him there. It's not only constitution that is keeping him there, but it is also influence that is also keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. So influence from the federal government, either from between, other from Southeast governors. That a lot of people are aware that tomorrow that Nnamdi Kanu will be facing Justice J.Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja, following the removal of Justice Binta Nyako as the judge handling the case. Now, about 2 days ago, the family of Nnamdi Kanu made us to understand that Nnamdi Kanu will be facing Justice Omotosho to defend himself tomorrow. But the news coming to us right now is that Nnamdi Kanu has decided to retain the former counsels who have been handling his case. That is like Maswendo Para, Barrister Nena, and Ejimako. But what Nnamdi Kanu did is to pick another lead counsels that will lead the proceedings tomorrow for him. And one of them is the former Attorney General of the Federation, 2 times Attorney General of the Federation for that matter, Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and Uche Nanjoko, also senior advocate of Nigeria. So these two people are going to join his legal team. So with this, I think Nnamdi Kanu will not defend himself alone. So I think tomorrow, this two-time Attorney General of the Federation and former senator will be leading the case for Nnamdi Kanu tomorrow. So that is the news on the ground. Now let us understand the details of the news. The article reads that breaking ex-Attorney General of the Federation Kanu Agabi, Uchenna Njoko joins Nnamdi Kanu's legal team. The details reads, former Attorney General of the Federation, AGF Kanu Agabi, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Uchenna Njoko, have joined the legal team defending the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Sahara Reporters has exclusively learned. Agabi, a former senator and two-time Attorney General of the Federation, is expected to lead Kanu's legal team, currently headed by IPOB Special Counsel Barrister J.Omotosho, according to a source familiar with the case. The source confirmed that Kanu has retained his existing legal teams, which includes Maxwell Obara and Ne Amaka Ejiofor, ensuring a comprehensive defense strategy as his trial resumes. Kanu, who was controversially released from Kenya in June 2021, remain in the custody of the Department of State Service, DSS. His next court appearance is scheduled for Friday, that is tomorrow, March 21st, before Justice J.Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Now, I think Nnamdi Kanu really know what is good for him. He know what is better for him. So with the new judge handling the case, I think it is important they also add this, learned and more experienced senior advocate of Nigeria to their team. When they said new level, new devil, I think that is the strategy that these people want to employ. That since they are having a new judge, okay, let us take people who are familiar with the judgment of J.Omotosho. Anyway, we'll have a lot of things to discuss. Stay with me to the end of this video. The article continues that the latest legal maneuvers follow a judicial reshuffle in Kanu's case. Sahara Reporters have reported that Kanu's trial will start afresh after the recusal of Justice Binta Motonda-Nyako, the former presiding judge. Initially presided over by Justice Binta Motonda-Nyako, the case was reassigned to Justice Omotosho after Kanu and Ejimako publicly called for a change in judicial oversight. The request was made after an unsuccessful attempt to return the case to Justice Nyako. Legal analysts believe that Agabi and Njoko's joining of Kanu's defense team signal a renewed push for a robust legal strategy in challenging the charges against him. The upcoming hearing is expected to set the tone for the fresh trial, proceeding as Kanu continues to fight for his release amid mounting legal and political tension. All right. I think this is a right step in the right direction. And then Nnamdi Kanu retaining his existing legal team is also good as well. But I have to set the record straight. I really want to state that the, Binta Nyako, who was handling Nnamdi Kanu's case, he was not acting alone. She was not acting alone. In judicial term, I think they call her he. So she was not acting alone. When I mean she was not acting alone, a learned person cannot be seeing the Supreme Court judgment and cherry picking the ones she wants to use to nail the defendant. It doesn't happen like that. So that is her part. Who knows whether the new Judge Justice J.Omotosho, is it not the same system we have in Nigeria? But let us see the influence of these people joining them. Now, I want to explain to you what I learned from Tendefaro Timi's book, okay? Nigeria and its criminal justice system. It shows that the relationship between the lawyer handling the case and the judge presiding over the case has a lot to do with the way whether the defendant will be released or not the law. That is what I learned from Tendefaro Timi's book. And that means that if these people they pick now is familiar with J.Omotosho, meaning they will influence his decision. That is what I learned from that book, Nigeria and its criminal justice system. So that will also open your eyes to understanding that it is not only by the law that is keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. No constitution is keeping him there. It is influence that is keeping him there. It's not only constitution that is keeping him there, but it is also influence that is also keeping Nnamdi Kanu there. So influence from the federal government, either from between, other from Southeast governors. But they needed someone, if actually Kanu will be released by Judicial, of which I'm not thinking about that. If he will be released by the Judiciary, they needed someone who will be able to nail the judge through his influence. That is apart. Now, the IPOB has raised another allegation, not allegation, but it's what we have confirmed to be true. That anytime Nnamdi Kanu is going to court, that they spend 500 million. That is what federal government embezzled. Just imagine. So it's another business. They are using Nnamdi Kanu to do business. This is what we know right from time. J.Omotosho has narrated this time with that number. Take a listen.
What appearance that Nnamdi Kanu comes out for, the DSS makes as much as 500 million naira.
Yes.
You are hearing that from somebody who has been in that same position where Nnamdi Kanu has been. And as such, if an organization like the DSS makes that much money, do you think they would want to release Nnamdi Kanu?
Never.
So we see where his continuous detention is coming from.
Going anywhere.
No judge, just like our guest has said, no judge has found anything incriminating about Nnamdi Kanu.
But he's discharged twice. Like,
he's been discharged twice.
Even if the Supreme Court said it, that it was Nigerian government that violated his bail by invading his compound, that he didn't jump bail. That was what the Supreme Court rules.
In the previous court proceeding, Nnamdi Kanu promised that he is going to defeat the federal government in the same court, that they don't have anything against him, that previously they charged him with treasonable felony. And he asked, where is the treason now? Because the charges have been thrown into the mud. So from all angles, it seems that what J.Omotosho is saying that the DSS, the Department of State Service, are benefiting from the continuous detention of Nnamdi Kanu. Just imagine where you have an office where you can have 500 million naira every 2 or 3 months that they adjourn the case to. Could this be the reason why Nnamdi Kanu have not been released? Let us listen to the end of the interview.
You've been in DSS detention. Another Nigerian who has been very vocal like you was also been in DSS detention and who has solicited so much attention from Nigerians. Is Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
I'm sure you might have had interactions with him. Sorry if I call him Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
That is a title that his followers have bestowed upon him, Nnamdi Kanu, MNK. And this is a man that has passionate followership. He has passionate, loyal followership from a certain region of Nigeria and all over the world. From your experience with him and all that, what do you think? Is there his followers would be watching and they want to know, do you think in any nearest future Nnamdi Kanu will be released, or you think that the Nigerian government will continue to play their hanky-panky game to keep him in detention? What should his followers expect from the Nigerian government?
You see, nobody can hold him down. It's just a matter of time. They will have to leave him and leave him forever. This is what happened to leaders of social movements that are unique in their origin, in their makeup, composure, and character. They will come, the state will go after them, but they'll become stronger as much. You know, the more oppression they get, the stronger they become, the more passionate followers they command. So what Nigerian state is trying to do is to see if they can break him. But unfortunately, he has passed that stage. He can't be broken anymore. Even if he breaks at this point, he has created an unbreakable movement and message. So the best you can do is to find accommodation with him. And you saw what he did in court last time. It shows that he's still very much cognitively aware of his role in history. It's the same thing I told them when before they arrested me in 2019, that there's no judge that has ever tried history and succeeded. You know, we are people of history. And that's what came to pass. One day, they were the ones who went to court and said, my lord, we want to withdraw the charges against you. But I told them from day one, I told the judge, they were religious, I said, it's rubbish, madam. Say, read the judgment, read the charges. I said, when they finished reading, I said, I don't understand. But my lawyer said, I should plead not guilty. the judge was riled. I'm looking at her, she was very pesky judge like that. I'm looking at her, I said, look at this one.
What's the judge's name? Let's call it
J.Omotosho.
J.Omotosho.
Yeah. Eventually, she was transferred out of Abuja. She was, I heard she wasn't happy because she felt she was used. You know. But I don't hold any grudge against her. That is her historical role in what I came to do. You know. And the moment that part is over, she had to move on. They even asked her to continue to be coming for my case. He says she's not doing it. Because maybe when the case first came to her table, she didn't know the gravity of what was coming. That she was standing in the way of a tsunami. And when she realized what it was, she had to just step aside. And that's
So categorically, the judiciary is being held to hold Nnamdi Kanu.
Oh, absolutely. There's all those pronouncements you are seeing in the court system is not, it has nothing to do with the judge. See, what it is that they write these things for the judges is what we want you to say today over this Kanu's matter. Because basically, even other justices in the Nigerian system, including the Supreme Court, practically declare that Nnamdi's case doesn't exist. There's no case against him. Even if they try him for 10 years, they cannot present any evidence. But what they will do is that they will never go to evidence. They'll just be adjourning, come today, come tomorrow, you file this, it's okay. Because all they need to do to waste your time in Nigeria, they adjourn 3 times a year. You come, the judges, they go on vacation from December till around February. Then in February, when they call your case, they push it to April, June. In June, they go for vacation for 2 months. So your case will not come back on September. By September, they are in December. That's what they do.
So they continue detention of.
In my case, for instance, we were in court for 5 years. They presented only 1 witness.
In 5 years.
In 5 years,
the state of Nigeria presented just
one DSS guy who said he saw me at Ikeja, that I said there was going to be a protest.
And that's the
only witness.
For Nnamdi Kanu,
they have not presented any. There's nobody that I'm aware of. And I go to court on his behalf every day, but they will never allow me to enter the court. They're always waiting for me. I still went to court before the last hearing, and I was struggling with the DSS people outside there. I have footage of it. They collected my phone.